It's an iconic image for a city, but it's a train bridge that doesn't carry trains and goes nowhere. Is it for a ghost train? Is it the plot for the Twilight Zone or a horror movie? Find out more on PCZ TV. PCZ TV. Today's episode, the train bridge to nowhere. It's the symbol of the Torrance Police Department and is listed at the National Register of Historic Places. So how did it come about and why is it abandoned? Now known as the Pacific Electric Railway elpradobridge, it is a double-tracked arch bridge. And as the name implies, it was used by the Pacific Electric Railway, those famous red cars that were the means of mass transit in the city before their demise in the 1960s. Now, the bridge was planned as part of the original layout of the city, even before there were trains, or residents for that matter. The designer was Irving John Gill. He designed the bridge in the early modern movement style, then in vogue. Modern architecture style was an embrace of minimalism and a rejection of ornamentation. Yep, pretty plain, goal achieved. Also remaining standing is Gill's Pacific Electric Railroad Depot on Cabrillo Avenue, now repurposed as the Depot Restaurant. So back to the bridge, and why was it there? It was constructed in 1913 and used in the Pacific Electric San Pedro to Gardena line. Apparently they had to cross over some other tracks, and the grade to reach the area was too steep. So they needed a bridge. And what was in the area that they needed to reach? The Llewellyn Steelworks, later known as the Columbia Steelworks after the purchase in 1923, but for now, a moment of industrial history. The Llewellyn plant opened in 1916 and was 7 work buildings and an office area on 25 acres. They had 4 open hearth furnaces and an electric furnace also. The plant operation shut down for Christmas holiday in 1979 and never reopened. Merry Christmas indeed. And the bridge, well, what happened to the bridge, you ask? Well, it had been designated a local historic civil engineering landmark by the American Society of Civil Engineers, Los Angeles section, in 1973. So it was left in place when the city of Torrance initiated a redevelopment plan for the area. The steel plant's buildings were gone from the site by 1982, and the city of Torrance went looking for a new occupant. They found one, in the form of Honda. And now, a short history of American Honda. Honda entered the U.S. in the late 1950s, and by the 1980s, Honda American operations had grown exponentially and they needed a new home. So in 1981, the company purchased 76 acres, the first step towards what would eventually be a 101-acre new headquarters area. As part of the purchase agreement, the city of Torrance had the responsibility of clearing out various small businesses currently on that land, including the Shamrock roller skating rink and multiple auto repair shops. One of them was owned by former Carson City Councilman Jake Egan, the Able Muffler Shop. It was the last holdout on the property, not agreeing to close until 1992. Now on a tangent, in a video filled with tangents, Egan served a 1-year sentence in federal prison for political corruption involving mail fraud and extortion, allegedly threatened other politicians, and was even sued by his mother. Although he was later exonerated, he sounds like a lovely man. And we're back to Honda history. After construction delays due to the removal of underground methane gas, American Honda opened their headquarters in 1990, which brings us back to the bridge. Well, needless to say, Honda's headquarters didn't need any rail access, so the tracks became redundant. In 1986, the bridge was transferred to the city of Torrance by the successor of the Pacific Electric Company and was officially added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1989. So, what's left today? Well, during the area redevelopment, the rails were removed except for the section that remained on the bridge, and a bit of trash, apparently. The right-of-ways for the trains are gone and both sides are blocked off. And it's amazingly graffiti-free. Well, mostly graffiti-free. Trains and cars still run under it, and it remains a symbol of Torrance. So ends the story of the train bridge to nowhere. I wonder if the locals ever heard the lonesome cry of a ghost train whistle. Nah. If you've been watching this far, I thank you.
Bye.